Hello, boys and girls. This is Rafa back for the day five of the challenge. Our player on stars. That's most of the challenge is going to be here because it's faster. Like I usually play on apps nowadays, but they don't have Zoom. So to make the challenge like faster, don't not much time consuming, we'll make it here. Let's jump right into the action. First hand, I don't, don't like this play. I thought I had a different hand, but let's see how it plays. I would fold to a full bet. I think like his range is very aces heavy, and his hand has kind of okay actually equity against like most aces. So it's time to call and have the dream flop here. Like considering that he's not going to bet very often on this flop, and has a lot of queen jacks that's not going to fold and going to check. If I check to them, I think this is a no-brainer jam here, and we get it in. Bottom right fold. Bottom left will be an open. Bottom right, top right raise from him. It's bet this flop. Like he doesn't miss this flop very often, but he has a lot of hands that have like not that great, not equity against my hand. So we start building the pot. Versus more is no-brainer call, and this is a turn that some of the hands that raise the flop won't bet themselves, like nines, eights, seven, six. So this is a turn that we need to start leading to. Raise on top left, Jack nine seven. It's kind of neutral board. Like blocking on nine is decent too. Like we remove one of our full house out, but like some of the hands that he calls that does well on this flop has a 9 or a 7. So we have like this removal here. Tens will be an open, like 40 BB, this hand probably limp sometimes. And you get a green top right, nothing much, nothing complex there. Uh, Top left, sorry, okay. Top left to true bet the send does well versus cutoff ranges, and you get full betted. Uh, I think it's no-brainer call here. I think it's pretty decent. Versus four bet ranges, and on this flop, like this is not a very good flop for most of the aces, and like most kings, queens, jacks are not four betting. So this is a board that aces is kind of neutral here. Aces can have like aces and a king, aces and a queen, aces and a jack. They're going to call once, but may fold on later streets. Here we had tens of pre-flop, hit your bets, and he pots on this flop and get it in, and have like this in equity. Top left, we start bluffing with this hand, block ace 10, block ace queens, block queen 10. That's going to be relevant, like on the forest streets. And we have to bluff here, have absolutely nothing, but it's huge, and I think I have decent fold equity against a lot of hands. Think of jam like if I'm not sure if 10-9 is a jam, I think probably yes. So like we paint our range here. Get the fold, nice. Easy open bottom left. Get called, restrict. Yeah, I played like 10 hands of heads up earlier, but I got interrupted, so I can't recall those hands, but I don't think it's necessary. I made more than enough from this game. Easy call. Now this lock nothing can do. Bottom right is raise with kings. It's a board that's a heavy c bet. I think mostly for big size. Like doesn't make much sense to open actually for small size here. 8-7-6 to clear open for the cutoff. Easy three bets, king queen, jack. A super premium hand, but decent. Bottom right, we still have a value bet here. On this raise a small blind, call big blind. spots. I have block a jack. I also block a spade. That's less likely that there is going to be spades. It's also nice to have that. Bottom left, we bet half pot on. I think half pot river is decent here. Bottom right, we just check the river, and he makes a very fun sizing. Just covers that size, fold, fold. Three bet aces. That's a funny hand here. I'm going to three bet bottom left here because this hand doesn't play that well as a call. I also have this inequity versus his range in general. That opens for hijack. I double check on top right because I have like okay-ish hand, but not very strong hand. I really decided to bluff here, even if out the heart is not a standard for me. But I think his range is so weak that I can get away bluffing here, like him from 8-7, 8-4, 7-4, Jack 4. So I think it's kind of mandatory to bluff here. His head is not going to show down well versus him. And you avoid getting bluffed here, like he can turn like one pack king, one pack jack into a bluff. And when we bet, those hands won't bluff themselves very often, especially those things. Open top left, we check back 10-9-8, with upper, not flush draw, backdoor. We check back and he have pots, if I'm not mistaken, we can cover that size. And river the nuts. I think like half pots to get. We call sixes down and fold the flop very easily. I think this hand is a better fold. I think calling on the stakes with the when the rake is so high, it's kind of close. I think probably a mistake. So it's better fold. Decided to fold this time. Pause this. Okay, top left. We just check down here, and nothing you can get value from. Same top right. Fold. I will check this 8-7 for deuce. What kind of weak hand to open heads up? But I think this guy is not very aggressive. When he checks, I would decide to bluff the. There's a lot of folds there on his range that's can bluff us, and we probably like bet once and give up with that hand. I remember this hand on bottom right. I don't like this three bet. I think this is more of a call than a three bet. If I had a 5 instead of a 9 or a 10, I would always three bet. But if a 9, that's too disconnected from aces or the deuce. So we should be calling more often. Bottom left, we decide to bet large on this flop. Like, this is a situation that we really want to end the game on the flop. Like, our backdoors are pretty terrible. And 10-9 is good enough to open the action here. 10-5 is closer. If I had 10-5 is there 10-9 here with same backdoors. But I think it's decent enough, and we really want to maximize fold equity on the flop. Right, so bottom right with your bet is Kuniga's close Turtle folds and get this flop. It's sort of a heavy check for our position, especially SPR2. I don't think we can get away with betting aces twice here and getting called by worse very often. So we check, he checks, we very bets on. I can get a call by kings, ace queens, queen tens, queen 10-9, for example, and flush draws. So I think it's a clear value bet though. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we have like the challenge locked up at this point, but we wanted to play more hands here. At least 10 minutes, right? We three bet 8 jacks, jack 9-9-8-8 double suited, and get full betted. Sense plays well versus full bets, but not on the flat flop. We cover three bet here. It seems kind of. I should think this is a fold versus three bet, to be honest. But I think I have like pretty decent spot versus this guy, so I probably can call a bit wider. This is a turn that's mandatory bluff for this hand. I have not good shot. We block ace deuce, we block 6-5, we block 7-6. Uh, 7-6 pro not that relevant because he'll bet the flop himself, but he can check sometimes, like to trap me or so, because he knows I'm aggressive. My bet he calls pretty quickly, so I mostly put him on clubs with a par. So I think I can bluff this hand. I don't need to bet that big. But he also can have like ace deuce here and be on a shitty spot versus the size I made. So I want to make those hands indifferent. And I think this hand is good for it. It's a board that it's kind of okay for me. But well, he snap checks the turn, that's why I start bluffing here. He calls, and like I expect him to not have 7-6 very often. 7-5, 9-7, his stone call range. So in general, I think I have a successful bluff here. Versus flushes that are not very strong, but I bluff and he just called like had me a 7. That's super decent. Top right with three bet and value bet a ton here. I can get some better hands to fold, can get some worse hands that will bluff us to fold too. So it's a nice situation, say. Queens here, queen 7-5 is close. I think it's probably a fold. I said to bluff here because I have a queen of spades, I have a 7, and I have a 5, so I have a lot of going on for me. And when I have the queen of spades here, if I bet he calls, turns a queen, I have a super strong hand. But when I don't have the queen of spades, I just have a much less equity versus his calling range. So I decided to call to bet up with my blockers and get raised right off and just fold. King's hand's funny. I have like some decent backdoors here: backdoor spades, backdoor diamonds, backdoor straight draw, and also the king is clean. So decided to bet up. Turn ace, like he's going to have some ace queens on his range. That's now ace fives, ace fours, ace deuces. That's me start checking here. It checks. River is an ace. I don't think I have quite a bet, but have a decent showdown hand here. We open, got three betted. I think the hand has a call. It's kind of decent flop. We get it in pretty easily. Bottom left, we start bluffing a tree blocker and no heart blocker. This queen river is kind of not that bad for me because like he's not calling naked queens on the turn, so he needs like hearts to go with it, and has a lot of jack tens, jack nines, 5-4s, heart draws that you can get him to fold. So I think it's a nice spot to bluff. Turn here, bottom left, decided to that I can get away with bluffing sometimes here. Blocking jack 9, still having equity for the straight, and also not having any problems raise folding. So I think I can get him to fold something like weak diamond draws, 10-8s. So I think this is a successful bluff. I should fold versus 3-bet with queen 9, 5-5. A bit to lose. Queen jack 8, the tone here, I think I need to start betting, especially having the backdoor flush draw. King's 9-8 is a call though. Won't raise ever. Not the greatest flop for us, so just give up. Yeah, raise folds. Raise fold top right. Fold, fold. Remember that the rake is pretty high on this game, so you should play tighter than like the normal situation. Very interesting hand on the top right. I think it's okay bluff. Having kings and an 8 blocker here. Point is like this is a board that in position can put a lot of pressure on out of position range here, and I start doing that. With an okay hand, have backdoor flush draw, have kings, have 8 blocker, and the sun decided to pot. The reason is his folding range is pretty large here. Like he can call 7-6 calling for a gut shot. He can call 9-6. He can call 10-6. Uh, any pair with an 8, any pair with a 7, and some two pairs, some one pairs that have some backdoors too. So I can get away bluffing much more often than the normal situation here, because he's going to fold way more than he should. Like he's probably folding 9-6, 10-6 on 9 on the situation, and I have a decent bluff here. And goes through. Nice. Not much going on. Maybe on open Queen 10 Jack 8. Cannot play that hand on the bottom left. I'm just checking. Oh, I always slip it a bit. Cannot balance the challenge yet. Top right is an interesting hand. Explain why I decided to do what I did and what are the strategic options here. This is a bold King 7-5 that's in position, has some advantage but not a lot. Like we almost have same number of sets here, so like in position probably shouldn't be over betting, and this guy is betting on the 78%. So what this means here, he's betting more than like the reasonable stats, I would say. So there is like two options here. You can over check raise, or you can over call frequency wise his c bets. Like why I chose this hand to do what I did. Let's see what I did. Raise. Like what are the benefits of calling this hand or benefits of raising? Raising gets the hand done way more often, of course. Like he needs to continue by putting 14 blinds more. And like why this hand? This hand has decent blockers, like 7-5 is probably the best hand now, but there is a lot of bad turns for this hand. Like even a 9 is not very good. Any card above a 10 is pretty bad for me because our equity is not clear anymore. And a lot of his bluffs pick up equity on the turn. When the turn's a 10, a jack, a queen. So when I raise here, I really hope the hand ends here. And I have enough equity to raise against his range, especially having a gut shot. So I think some hands that I will call instead of raise, like jacks 9-8, queens 9-8, tens 9-6, for example. Hands that I can bluff well if turn goes check check, but this hand is not going to bluff very well on a lot of runouts. So I want to take my equity here, and that's what I did. And he ends up like the HUD is not positioned right. Like, okay, sorry about that. And he folds. Nice. This 7-4-4 is kind of heavy check for me. I don't open the action very wide on these boards. I have like a pretty decent check call hand. Set to bet Jack 10, 8-7 here versus button. I think it's low frequency to bet, okay? And he calls. So here I'm going to call this three bet. Here I need to call this small size. And I bluff here on the flop, having like very good backdoors, having an immediate good shot to the nuts. And he calls. So here I think I made a mistake that should continue bluffing this hand, because I have like decent blockability versus a 9 and not against an ace, and blocking 8 of hearts not very good to bluff, but I need to bluff this hand. If I'm not bluffing this hand here, what hands I'm bluffing with? So I wouldn't have many bluffs, to be honest. Especially that doesn't contain a flush draw, so I should be bluffing this hand. So here, this guy is going to do something. I think no-brainer call here. Have flush draw, have nines. Yeah, I decided to think about bluffing the river, but I gave up in the end. I should bluff the turn, bluff the river. Here I decided to raise because when I have deuces and a backdoor flush draw, I have more equity. Also, there's this giving me some straight draw potential on some rounds. And also I can get a 10 versus some hands that are not doing that well versus me. So I think it's more of a raise than a call, to be honest, that hand. Fold here. A lot of folding in this game, unfortunately. This is a decent hand here on open. This guy's three bets, we call. Decent flop for us in general. I think Ton is to check here. He's going to check a lot of queen nines, queen eights, queens nines, eights. So I don't think I have a value bet here. On this river is pretty good. Like he doesn't have full house anymore. Very unlikely he has ace high flush or a straight flush. So I think I need to put a decent sized value bet that, especially when you check the tone. So you're only getting one sort of value. And that's interesting, like bottom left here. I start to bluff here, having a club, having a seven, having an eight. I can bluff a lot of runouts with this hand. This is one of very few boards that's it's hijacked with a blind that can raise my hand here. Especially when I have the 10-7 here that can turn an 8, 6, a jack, everything gives me a straight draws. Jack's not very good because like one plays queen 10. But I have some additional equity versus a lot of hands. And I decided to raise spot here. I'm not raising the spot very wide. I basically have like really strong hands and really strong made hands and really strong bluffs. This is one of the made hands that's also somewhat of bluff. And this is going to be the last hand of the session. We made more than enough from this game. Making 7. Oh, sorry. Playing 50 PLO. I'll put like everything here. So $130, 171 EVBB. And that's it for today's guys. Thank you so much. This is Rafa, and hope you guys see me soon. Tomorrow is day 6 of the challenge. Very excited for it.